Welcome back guys, this is Benito and this is my 10th tutorial. In this tutorial I'll teach you how to create a starter function. So let's open up Matlab AppDesigner. So in the previous tutorial we plotted a graph of y equals sine x, and when we click run we don't see the graph straight away. We have to click on plot to see the graph. So a startup function essentially allows you to write some code that runs when you run the app or start up the app. So it's in the name. So if you want to display something, let's say if you want to display the graph as soon as you run instead of even before clicking the plot button, then you can use a start function. So the start function is used for a lot of other things when you create advanced applications. So I'll teach you this in later tutorials. So let's switch over to code view, and what we have to do to create a starter function is go to the component browser in the right hand corner, right click on the app.ui figure and click on callbacks and click on add starter function callback. So as you can see, we just got a new white box where we can add some code. And you can see here we have the startup function, and this is the end. So we'll add some code into the startup function so it executes the code as soon as it opens the app. So what we want to do is display the sine graph as soon as we open the application. So what we can do is simply copy and paste the code that we wrote in the previous tutorial, which is this, straight into the function. Now if we try and run this, we should be able to see the graph before clicking the plot button. You can see the sine graph straight away even before clicking the plot, so the plot kind of becomes obsolete now. But the reason why you would add a button is we can add some text boxes or numeric edit fields here and change, let's say, some parameters in the equation. So when you change the parameters and click on the plot, it should update the plot. So we'll do this in a later tutorial. So let me give you some more examples of how the startup function can be used. To do this, I'll drop in a lamp, move this to the side. Okay, so you can see now that the lamp is green and the state of the switch is off. Right now I'm going to write a piece of code in the startup function which will make sure the lamp is red when you run the app and the switch is off. To do this, we can simply switch back to the code view. Unlike last time, we don't create a callback for the individual components. We can, because we want everything to run in the startup, we define everything that we want to run in the startup function. So we'll go ahead and type app.lamp.color. So I want the color of the lamp when you open the app to be red. We'll end that line. Similarly, we want the app.switch.value to be equal to on when you open the app. Let's switch over to design view. So just to make sure that we have a green lamp and we have the switch state to be off right now. But when we run the app, because we've defined it in the startup function, we should see the opposite. Okay, so here you go. You can see the graph which is plotted already, and the lamp is red and the switch is switched to on. So that's how you define a startup function. And if we switch back to the code view, you might have noticed that we are copying and we've copied and pasted this entire 3 lines of code into the startup function, and it's becoming redundant. We're like copying and pasting it in different places. This is not good practice. So Matlab has something called helper functions. So helper functions are basically functions that help you to avoid, repeating the code again and again in different places. So in the next tutorial, I'll show you how to add a helper function, or simply a function, and then what we can do is simply call the function in the starter function, as well as a button pushed function. So we can define the function in one place and call it in different places when we need to. So this is a pretty useful technique that we should always practice when we write code. I hope you guys learned something new in this tutorial, and I'll teach you how to write helper functions in the next tutorial. See you next time.